Hello and welcome to another update video about VeChain. VeChain is struggling a little bit like many other cryptos, just purely because the whole market is down a little bit at the moment, but you can beautifully see actually this uptrend here on the daily chart. And yeah, I want to just take you through the chart and do a basic technical analysis and talk about where we currently are on the chart. Generally, you can see that obviously after making this all-time high here earlier in the year at 28 cents, yeah, we have come down all the way in that sort of crash, you can call it, yeah, in until the end of July. Since then, we've made higher lows here, and you can actually something here like a W pattern. Always important for a W pattern is that ideally that you have the second low is higher than the first low, indicating higher prices going forward and indicating an uptrend. And then you can oftentimes also draw a trend line here, which then potentially could be used in the future as support. So normally you need, 3 touch points to have a valid trend line, but if you have a strong low like that and another low, you can oftentimes already draw a trend line, and the likelihood is quite high that if we come back to that trend line again, that will really be a strong support. But do we actually come back to that trend line in this latest downtrend or not? That's the question. Personally, I don't think we do. I think we will stop at another level, and but we get to that in a minute. You can also see that we could, and it's looking like that we could actually extend this to a channel, not being just an ascending support line here, but we can potentially here also use that as a channel, maybe with a slightly different angle, but overall a channel. It's looking like that. So yeah, that could help us going forward also to determine where we could be landing. Actually, if I leave the wicks out here, that could really be nearly a valid channel, because you have a bit of a cutting through bodies here. But overall, yeah, I think this could be a channel, and then you have a defined support and a support here and a resistance line that can help us going forward. It's always worth leaving this on the chart so that if we come close to these levels, you can then get an understanding that this could really be a valid support or resistance. Now we're currently in that latest Bitcoin crash that obviously dragged VeChain down as well. We have dropped below the 20-day moving average. You can see the 20-day moving average here in teal. We've actually had a bullish crossover here on the 21st of October, which indicates higher prices. And to be honest, the prices have gone higher since then. And now we've just dropped below the 20-day moving average, but found support at the 50-day moving average here at 13 cents. Just below that is the 200-day moving average. And we had only a few days ago here a golden crossover where the 50-day moving average here in blue was crossing above the 200-day moving average. A golden cross, it's not guaranteed to mean anything, but overall a golden cross means generally that you can expect higher prices in the future. It's a longer term trend signal. However, what you can also see here, since end of July, we've had a golden cross, here a death cross again, which is basically the other way around, and a golden cross now again. So it's crossing between, and yeah, so it's not a very, very clear signal. What I always like to use is the Fibonacci levels, and if we draw here from that low point from the 13th, no, from which date was that? The 20th of July, the beginning of that latest uptrend, to the high here from a few days ago, then we can identify the Fib levels, and they seem to be very, very relevant. Fibs, and the price gets respected. The price is really respecting these Fibonacci levels. And what are Fibonacci levels? They're just basically a mathematical number sequence. And yeah, you can find them everywhere in nature, and oftentimes prices adhere to these as well. Power of mathematics. Some people say they only work because people believe in them, and to be honest, that might be the case, that oftentimes other traders look at them as well, or artificial intelligence bots, they look at them and then they use them also to define support and resistance levels, but they work. Here you can see we found a Fibonacci retracement sequence here that works, because you have basically from here come all the way up, found resistance here at the 0.382 Fib, moved up higher, okay, came down here again, important resistance level here at the 0.5 Fib, back here, support here at this Fib level at the 0.786, that was support, and we come all the way up here, bounce between the resistance and the support between these two Fib levels, Here again, couldn't get through the fib level. So yeah, this is a valid fib, and we are now, from that latest high, we've come down to the 0.382 fib level, okay? Now, is that it or not? Personally, I think this is not yet the low that we have seen in this latest move down, and that is basically because I think that Bitcoin will come down once more. And if you watch my Cardano videos, you know exactly why I think that Bitcoin is going down once more. If we drop here once more, I think we will find certainly support at the 50-day moving average again and at the 200-day. So the 50-day is currently at 13.1 cents and the 200-day moving average is at 12.4 cents. Just below that, we've got the 0.5 fib, which is the 12.2 cent level. Now that is a very important level. I think we had a lot of, whoops, we just moved that. We had support before here, for example, also at the 0.5 fib level, it was resistance before and it was resistance here. And it was a real breakout point for this whole move up. So I think this will be a key level, 12.3 cents. I think this will be very, very strong support. I mean, if we drop below that, we still have the golden pocket. I think both are a possibility. The 0.5, because we had strong support and resistance here before, it's an important area of trade. Just below that is 10.7 cents. It's the golden pocket. As you know, probably if you follow my videos, most prices get retraced to the golden pocket. This is the most powerful retracement level. So I wouldn't be surprised if we get all the way down to 10.7 cents, but I don't think we do. I think we will actually land here at 12.3 cents. And the reason for that is that I don't expect Bitcoin to drop much more, only into the 54 to 57K level. And in my view, then that should be equivalent to the 12.3 cent drop here, or to the drop at 12.3 cents for VeChain, after which I think we will see further continuation here to the upside. Right? Okay, so that is what I think. Again, the other alternative for me would be that we drop once more here to the golden pocket. Maybe that could also work together here with the additional support of this trend line here, which is coming up. But yeah, I mean, either way, I would expect a further drop here. That doesn't mean that we couldn't in the next move maybe come up a little bit more. That oftentimes happens, you know, when you have a strong downtrend like that, you move up again a little bit in a bear flag, come down once more, another bear flag, and then you go down in the final move, like we did here. Back that on the started here at the 6th of September, moved down, bear flag, moved down, again another counter move, and then moved down one final time. So we just missed that last leg down, and I think that will come before we then continue our way up. And looking at important levels here, if we continue to go above these fib levels, so obviously these are all then resistance levels we need to get beyond. So you've got here the 0.382, which is the 13 cent level, then the 0.214, which is the 16 cent level pretty much. And then we've got that recent high here at 18.7 cents, then the 1.272 extension level at 22.2 cents. I think that will be an important one. And then we are pretty much there at the all-time high at the 1.618 Fibonacci extension level. Should we really make a new all-time high, then we get to 31.7 cents in the next move. That will be key resistance here. Then we've got nearly 40 cents here. That will be also resistance. Now, I think we will be able to get higher still in this alt season, but overall, this is looking really good. And it's just a normal retracement at the moment, at least. Yeah, I expect then after an initial drop, further moves to the upside here. VeChain extremely strong and good fundamentals, great partners. And you know that I'm extremely bullish on VeChain. I think extremely undervalued, and it can be very powerful when it pumps. And you can see that here in April, we did a massive move up. All right, so hopefully you liked that video about VeChain. If you did, please smash the like button and subscribe. Thanks a lot for watching. Bye-bye.